What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're looking at my 5 takeaways or thoughts on the Detroit Lions preseason. So let's get right into it. This video is not necessarily all takeaways. Some of it's going to be thoughts that I have, like questions that I have still remaining about this preseason. But also with the challenges, you guys know that we did the challenge last time where I had to fit a word in. In this video, I actually don't have the challenge yet. My next challenge that I will do is a 61-yard field goal like Matt Prater did. I know that probably won't go very well, but it's going to be a really fun thing to do. So still, make no challenges down below. They don't have to be word challenges. They can be really anything that I can fit into the video, and that would be fun. But the next one I will do, I don't think it'll be in this video, but the next one that I do will be the 61-yard field goal challenge. So that'll be up next. Anyways, let's get right into this thing. Coming in at number 5, I have Josh Johnson. I think Josh Johnson may have won the backup role for the Lions. Now, as we know, there's going to be about 1,000 players that are going to be free that the Detroit Lions can take a look at. The Detroit Lions brought in Luis Perez, who only played about like 3 snaps. I think they had a 3 and out when he was out there versus the Browns, so we didn't see much of him. I didn't think he would probably be on the roster anyways. But then it was really Josh Johnson versus Tom Savage because we released David Fowles. And Josh Johnson played pretty well against the Cleveland Browns. Now, I think throughout the preseason, he didn't play great, but at the same time, he was trying to get comfortable. And once he got comfortable, for me, it seemed like he was a pretty good quarterback at that backup position. He also brings that dual threat ability. So, you know, if the pressure is there and they don't block very well, it definitely adds another threat and element to his game that Tom Savage doesn't really bring. And at the same time, Tom Savage dealing with all of those injuries in the past and the one that he just had recently, I don't know how good he is. I don't know how healthy he is. I know in the last game, he looked okay. I thought he was fine escaping pressure. I mean, I thought the pressure was there way too many times. We didn't block well, which I'll get into later. But at the same time, Tom Savage, we didn't see a lot of him other than that last game, and that's all we can really take away is that last game he wasn't great. So I'm saying that Josh Johnson looks like he has a leg up in this race. That comes in at number 5. Now, hopping into number 4, we have Mark Thompson. Yes, Mark Thompson, the running back for the Lions. Did he win the job? Did he win the job over Zach Zenner? That is the question we are going to be asking ourselves, because I think a lot of people said, why did we release Zach Zenner? Why is Mark Thompson here? Some people say because Mark Thompson won that job straight up during the preseason. You can make that argument. Mark Thompson played another good game against the Cleveland Browns. He has played well throughout the entire preseason. This is a strong running back, brings a lot to the game, and he's going to do a lot for the Lions if he makes the team, okay? Even if he doesn't have a big role, when he does come in, he's someone that you can definitely rely on. So my question I'm asking you for this video is, do you think Mark Thompson just straight up won the role? Do you think he just beat out Zach Zenner for that role? Or do you think it's just kind of a coincidence that, hey, they got to cut Zach Zenner and Mark Thompson, I don't even know if he's going to make the team or not. Either way, Mark Thompson has played well, and I do think he will make the team. Now, into the top 3, coming in number 3, simply that Matt Patricia doesn't care at all about the preseason. I mean, this is something that we kind of thought when he said, we're not going to give away anything. He, doesn't like preseason because of the injury, stuff like that. It doesn't seem like he really cares at all about the preseason. I mean, that kind of reflects his 0-4 performance for the Detroit Lions, but at the same time, I can't say I'm mad at it. I just need to see, okay, then during the regular season, you need to play well, okay? Because we didn't get a lot of good things. Not many people were excited, but I'm not mad about it. I think it's preseason. I don't try to make big deals about it. And also, the Lions gave away no schemes. He was dedicated to not giving away anything on either side of the ball, not scheming for anything, just simply going out there and playing and see what players do, which I think is actually the best test. Because I think if you put players in a scheme, you don't always get to see how good they are just by themselves, like what skills they certainly have. But now you know, and now you can fit them into the scheme later. So I'm kind of okay with that. But we also did learn Matt Patricia really doesn't care about the preseason at all. So maybe we shouldn't worry too much about it either. Anyways, coming in at number 2, we have the cornerback situation that's going on. Now, I think Amani got better as time went on. Jamar Summers looked good. He came up with an interception. I really like what I'm seeing out of Jamar Summers. This guy's fighting to make the team. There are a lot of cornerbacks. But the 2 guys we're focusing on is T. Stabler and Michael Ford. Michael Ford, not a good preseason up to this last point, and up to this Browns game, he started off really slow, and then he started to get it going, played pretty well. Big hit, couple of pass breakups, but we didn't see T. Stabler play at all. And what does that mean? Now, T said that may mean trade bait. You don't want to show anything away. You're just trying to trade this guy because, he might be good. I don't know. He's like a mystery player. But at the same time, it could mean, hey, maybe he made the team. We don't need to see him out there because, as we know, a lot of players didn't play versus the Cleveland Browns. We didn't see T's this preseason, so I don't know how to feel about T. Stabler making the team. I really have no clue. I guess we'll find out pretty soon. But anyways, that's really my thoughts. I really just want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below. What do you guys think about that, T. Stabler or Michael Ford situation? Does Michael Ford make the team? I know a lot of people don't think Michael Ford is that good or he won't make the team. But then T. Stabler, does he make the team? What is going on there? Are they looking for trade bait? Are they still going to cut him? Is he made the team? Is he played so well throughout practices that we haven't seen? But he's made the team, and they're not worried about playing him in the preseason. That's what I'm interested in seeing. And finally, coming in at number 1 is that offensive line, the depth offensive line, is hot trash. Oh my goodness. What are we doing there? Now, I think the starting offensive line is going to be around average. I know a lot of people are saying we're going to be the worst league. I don't think we will. I don't think our starting line is that bad. But the depth of line, oh my, we got to get that figured out. That's a problem. That's a problem. We got to get that figured out. We got to bring somebody in. We got to figure something out. When all of these players become options for the lines, I could see them making tons of moves. A lot of guys didn't play well. A lot of guys that we were having kind of high expectations didn't really step up. Ryan Pope barely played throughout the preseason. Bo Benshaw never played well throughout the preseason. Terrell Crosby really struggled at that tackle spot. Andrew Donnell, very similar things. Kenny Wiggins, Joe Dahl, I mean, that's really how I feel about it right now, about that depth offensive line. Now, we didn't see a lot of these guys during week 4. We didn't see Kenny Wiggins much. We didn't see Joe Dahl. But we saw the other guys in that deep depth offensive line. Luke, like, these guys were not playing well. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I can see Lions making a pretty big overhaul in that depth offensive line going into the season. Now, starting offensive line, like I said, I'm pretty confident in. If you don't believe me, well, I don't know what to say, but I think they'll be okay. But the depth, when that comes down to it, if we have injuries, if people have to step in, we're going to have some problems. We need to figure that out. Anyways, those are really my 5 takeaways from the Detroit Lions' entire preseason. Some questions I had to add. You guys need to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Also, if you guys have any more challenges that you want me to do, also let me hear those below. Remember, the next challenge I will be doing is most likely the 61-yard field goal attempt. Anyways, thank you, Pride, for watching, and I'm out.